Now we'll get to a prophetic passage. So the first one was a historical account, Genesis chapter 14. Now let's discuss and read a very interesting, very fascinating passage, which depicts from the book of Isaiah, which depicts Satan's fall from glory. According to Isaiah chapter 14, the evil, the enemy of our souls, intended to preside over the divine council as Elyon. He wanted to usurp the authority and the position of God in heaven. And the Lord did not allow that to happen. Let's see what happens in this passage. Isaiah chapter 14, verses 12 through 15. How art thou fallen from heaven, O day star, son of the morning? Of course, most of you know that in some English Bibles, the translators would write here, O Lucifer. You know that, right? So that would be according to the Vulgate, to the Latin Bible. The reading would be, O Lucifer. How art thou cut down to the ground, that didst cast lots over the nations? And thou sayest in thy heart, I will ascend into where? Into heaven, above the stars of God. Do you remember? Who are the stars of God?
The angels.
Yes, the divine council, the spiritual beings. They are the stars of God. Job chapter 38. Will I exalt my throne, and I will sit upon the mount of meeting, Ar Moed. What kind of a mount of meeting is this? It was the holy mountain of God, where God is presiding over his divine council in the heavenly realm. In the uttermost parts of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. That's what Lucifer wanted to do. The fallen one, the enemy of God, Satan. I will be like what? The Most High. You see? Now, the name of God is used by the enemy in Isaiah chapter 14. And he says that he wants to be a dameh, he wants to be like, it's the same root that we have in Genesis chapter 1, to be like, image of God, dmut, remember? Genesis chapter 1. So here he says, I want to be like, I want to be like whom? Like Elyon. So just we don't have the name Elyon, because that would designate the Holy One of Israel. But the enemy of our souls says that he wanted to be like the Most High. Just the word Elyon is prophetically used by Isaiah in chapter 14. The context of Isaiah chapter 14 is a passage that addresses the king of Babylon, in Hebrew, Melech Bavel. And then we see the correspondence between the fall of the Babylonian king and the fall of the spirit, the enemy, Lucifer, in Isaiah chapter 14. And the Lord proclaims his judgment in verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to the netherworld. What is the word for the netherworld in Hebrew here? Is the word Sheol. Here is the word Sheol, the world of the dead, the realm of the dead. To the uttermost parts of the pit. The word for pit here is the word bore. According to Isaiah chapter 14, the one who wanted to take God's place is cast down to the netherworld. It means that there are humans, there are human beings, there are spirits who know that God is Elyon. They acknowledge that, but they don't want him ruling over them. And that's what happens. When somebody believes that yes, Elyon exists, Elyon is the only true one God, but I don't want him to rule over me. As a result of this, it's a great downfall right into the Sheol. So Isaiah chapter 13 is very prophetic because it addresses, on the one hand, the king of Babylon. It addresses the enemy of our souls, the fallen spirit, the fallen Keruv, the fallen cherub, Lucifer. And it's also a warning to all the enemies of God, both spiritual and physical, that God is the ultimate judge. He will judge all those who do not want to worship him and bow down before the one true living God, the God of the Bible, Elyon.